Become a Golden Knight today and never miss a video by clicking that subscribe button and that bell. Anyway, on with the video. Hello my Golden Knights, it's richyrichgold here, and today we will be looking at all of the State Patrol vehicles in Greenville Revamp. Now, first of all, just before we kind of start, I would just like to talk you through my shirt. So basically, I've just made some Roblox merch. So as you can see, it's got Golden Knight on the back and my avatar on the front. It's pretty cool. Link will be in the description to this and then a long sleeve version of it as well, if you do want to go check that out and support the channel. But anyway, let's get into the video. So, in order to see all the State Patrol vehicles, you have to go Filters and then Pass and State Patrol. And then once you click Filters again, you will see all of the State Patrol vehicles. So let's go through each and every one of them. Now we're going to be reviewing these vehicles from oldest to newest. So that will kind of explain our order. Now, we're going to start off with, of course, the 2001 Chevron Camion WSP. So, it is an SUV. It is very, very old, it looks like, and only $9,000. It comes in one colour, WSP, and its trim you cannot change, nor can you change the rims. So nothing really to say about this stuff. Now, obviously, with these reviews, I'm not going to be going as in-depth as I do with Greenville car reviews, but I will kind of tell you, what model it's based off of, if I do know, in real life. So this is, I believe, a really old Chevy Tahoe. That's what I believe this is. But anyway, let's move on to the different part of the review. Alright, so let's have a look at the lights on the vehicle. So, it features those headlights, those different headlight kind of lights there, if that's what you'd like to call it. It's got a light bar on top for this version, and no other lights on the front, so just the light bar there. Nothing on the sides, but we do have a very, very cool yellow or amber lights on the back, which I really, really love, and we've also got these two red ones there. So, not too bad, a little bit lacking, but I suppose for its age, it's actually pretty good, especially with these amber lights on the back. Now, its handling is a little bit slow, I do have to say. But I suppose it's just because it's a, big, heavy SUV, that would be my best guess. It's not too bad, but it's just, not very good, I suppose. Its braking is actually not too bad for what it is. I would just say it's average. Now, for its acceleration, very, very slow, very, very tedious. It takes forever to get up to 60, and I've never even reached its top speed. It just takes a while to get up there. And once it gets up there, it's all right, I suppose. That's all I really have to say about it. All right, now let's move on to the 2001 Falcon Equest P71. That is a long name for the Crown Victoria Police Interceptor made by Ford. But anyway, no, it's Falcon in-game. It looks very, very nice, as you can see here, and it comes in different trims, which is actually really cool. So you've got the regular one, you've got the unmarked, which is long-awaited, certainly. We've also got a slick top. Oh dear, I couldn't even say that. But yeah, we've got the slick top, which is basically like the first one, except without the light bar. Now, it comes in the following colours. You can see them all here. I'll quickly read them out. Chestnut, vibrant white, black, spruce green, deep wedgewood blue, silver frost, toreador red, light blue, tropic green, and WSP. And Arizona Beige. I said and WSP and then and Arizona Beige. Do forgive me for that. No rims, so you cannot change those. But anyway, let's get into the different part of the review. Now, for the vehicles that offer slick top, unmarked, etc., I'll just be using kind of my personal pick, if that does make sense. So, as you can see, for the Crown Victoria, I'm using the unmarked in white. So anyway, let's have a look at the lights. Now, you guys can just imagine that there's a light bar on top, if you if you really want to see it with that. But as you can see, we've got two headlights on the front, which is very, very common, and we've also got two lights there that kind of flash back and forth up the top there. So not too much on the front, nothing on the sides, and we've got some yellow lights that just go back and forth. Not very interesting there, but they do just go back and forth. At least we do have amber lights, though. We've also got a couple on the back here, over by those rear lights, and that is pretty much it. Only one red and one blue light on the unmarked, and, you know, obviously on the other ones we would have a light bar on top. Now, for its handling, I do have to say it is very, very slow and unimpressive. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Braking is actually alright, gets applied very, very quickly, and makes, you know, those tire skids there. Acceleration, I would have to say average and kind of what you'd expect. But once it kind of gets up there, the top speed is actually pretty good, I do have to be honest there. But anyway, let's move on to the next vehicle. Alright, now we've got the 2007 Bullhorn Prancer. So this is the older Charger that we had before the update. It comes in at $25,000, so relatively expensive. You've only got the one colour, which looks like WSP, but looks like a different sort of colour, if that makes sense. A different shade of the regular colour. No trim and no rims. Alright, so for the emergency lights, it features two of those white ones on the front, the light bar, none on the side except for the light bar there, and then we've also got the different variant of the amber lights that we saw on the first SUV. We've also got those other two red ones on the back. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. The lights on here are pretty good. I really like the amber. It just makes it all stand out, and I think you would definitely see this pulled over on the side of the road. Now, as you can see, the paint job is slightly different. It's got more of like a greenish tinge to it. It's a little bit strange. But the handling is pretty slow, but when you get to the slower speeds, it's actually pretty quick. Now, for the braking, pretty good. Really good. It feels, you know, really sporty, and I do really like it. Now, for the acceleration, it's actually quite good. I'm quite impressed with it. For it being an older Charger, I'm actually really impressed with it, and it gets up to its top speed, which isn't overly good. Like, the top speed doesn't blow me away, but I suppose it is a very quick car. Now, moving on, we've got the 2014 Chevron Captain PPV. Now, I believe this is some sort of Chevy. I'm not exactly sure what the actual model is, but this is what we've got. It comes in at $35,000, so it's more expensive than that older Charger. I want to see why they value this more than the older Charger. I'm not entirely sure, but let's have a look at the trim. This might have something to do with it actually, because it comes with the regular WSP and also an undercover. This undercover, I have to say, looks absolutely fantastic, and it will look great in the following colours: Heron White, Silver Ice, Alchemy Purple, Red Hot, Black, Orange Blast, Regal Peacock Green, Jungle Green Metallic, and WSP. And it also just comes with Perfect Blue Metallic. I keep saying and WSP and then not even saying it correctly. But anyway, the actual undercover variant does increase the price slightly. I'm not sure if it did it with the other vehicles, but I think it's only on this one where it kind of changes the price. But it's only $5,000, so it isn't a huge difference. Now, for its emergency lights, we've got two of those white ones on the front, the light bar, nothing, in the windshield here, nothing on the sides, and we've just got that other simple variant for the amber lights, so nothing too special there. We've also got the two white ones rather than red, and they are kind of below them on the reverse lights, so below kind of where we usually see it. So yeah, pretty detailed and pretty effective. Now, for its handling, it is pretty slow, even at relatively slow speeds, which is a bit of a shame, actually. It is a bit of a shame for that. Now, its brakes, actually not too bad. They're actually really good. For its acceleration, I'd have to just say it's average. I mean, it doesn't, completely blow me away, but it, does take a little while to get up to its top speed, which is not too bad, I do have to say. Now we're getting up to some of the more recent years here. We've got the 2017 Bullhorn Prancer, and as you can see here, only $22,300 for this new Charger, which is interesting because I believe that the old one was actually more expensive than this, so it's a little bit interesting, but this is obviously the slick top version, and I don't think the regular one... No, the regular, I believe, is the slick top. which is strange, unless maybe it's not showing up here. That's a little bit strange, but we do have an undercover version as well, so these are the different trims. Now, the undercover comes in the following colours: Contusion Blue, Go Mango, B5 Blue, Green Go, Torrid, Red Line Red, Billet, Hemi Orange, Destroyer Grey, Granite Pearl Coat, Yellow Jacket, White Knuckle, Plum Crazy, Octane Red, Pitch Black, WSP, and finally Maximum Steel. So some interestingly named colours. As you can see, I struggled a little bit with those. And obviously we've got no rims as well, just the trim. So this is the version I'm using at the moment. Now, the alternative ones I did forget to mention are literally just the bull bar, so it's just a wraparound. So none of them actually do have the light bar, which is interesting. But anyway, let's have a look at the lights. So as you can see, instead of the light bar, we actually have two of the larger kind of, I'm not sure exactly what they're called, maybe visor lights up the top there, none down the bottom, or, you know, not the little ones like we see on the Crown Vic. Nothing on the sides, which is, you know, a bit of a shame, I suppose. Now, on the back, we don't have amber lights, but we do have more red and blues. Not sure exactly how I feel about that. I guess I'm going to say it's fine, because this thing is more, you know, used for patrolling the highways, because it, you know, is quite quick, and doesn't really need to be pulled over in certain spots. So I suppose this thing is alright, you know, doesn't need to, you know, manage too many accident situations, so it should be alright for what the lights are. Now, how does it handle? Its handling is actually not too bad. I'm actually pretty surprised. It's actually pretty nice, pretty responsive. Now, for its braking, it's actually really good as well, I have to say. Acceleration is actually really nice as well. It doesn't exactly blow me away, but it's really good, and it really gets up there, especially with the speed. It goes very, very quick. Alright, now moving on, we've got the 2019 Falcon Scavenger, which I believe is the Ford Explorer in real life. We've got its $54,000, which is quite expensive, definitely. Now, it does come in its regular version with the you know, with our light bar here, but it also does come in an unmarked version, which looks really nice, and it also comes in a slick top, so quite nice there. Now let's go ahead and check out some of the colours. So we've got white platinum, we've got burgundy velvet, blue, agate black, magnetic, ruby red, WSP, and ingot silver. So yeah, so that's all we've really got for that. No rims, but we do have some really cool trim variants there. Now, I've gone for the slick top here, but you can just imagine that there's a light bar on the top if that's what you want. Now, as you can see, we've got, for the lights, looks like almost, I thought there were some on the mirrors, and I got really excited, but no, that's just a reflection. I've got the two white ones on the front, and we also have our two visor lights there, red and blue. And we've got another two up the top there as well. Actually, not too bad. I'm actually pretty okay with not having the amber lights. I actually think it's a really nice change of pace, especially, you know, with the other vehicles. We don't want to have them on every single vehicle. And we've just got two little red ones on the back there that kind of go back and forth slowly, exactly like pretty much all of the other vehicles. Now, this being an SUV, I wasn't expecting it to, you know, be super, super good, but can I just say, the handling is awesome. I'm loving the handling a lot. Now, for its braking, actually really good. It doesn't make those giant tire marks, but they get applied quickly, and it's very, very efficient. Now, I can see why it's one of the most popular vehicles for, you know, police vehicles in America at the moment, because its acceleration is actually pretty decent, and so is its top speed. So I have to say, I wasn't expecting this vehicle to be very, you know, to be really that good. I was expecting it to be okay, but it's actually really, really good. It's a very solid vehicle. Alright, now let's move on. We've got the 2020 Chevron Camion, which is the 2020 version of that other 2001 Chevy, I believe, Tahoe that we saw before. So as you can see, it comes in a bunch of different trims here, and it's 53,800. So let's have a look at some of the trims. So we've got the regular one, the light bar. We also have the slick top, and we have a K9 unit, which is awesome. Beautiful K9 unit there, and we've just got the WSP color there. It looks black, but as you can see on the thing, it's actually just a dark blue. So that might trick some people, but no, it is indeed just a dark blue. So anyway, let's get into the other part of the review. Alright, now let's have a look at these emergency lights. So we've got two visor lights there, the white lights there, nothing on the side, and we've just got the regular red and blue there. I really think this thing could have used some more lights. Let's be honest, I really wish maybe it had some on the side, being it's such a, a long vehicle, and maybe some ambers on the back. But they do make up for it quite a little bit with this little light show here on those backlights. Look at that. It's just like all three of them are working, and I think that is just really, really funny and actually really cool. Helps it stand out a little bit more. Now, this is a really heavy and solid vehicle, so its handling suffers. It's very, very, very slow and doesn't really work too well. Now, its braking is actually relatively slow as well, being it, a really, really heavy vehicle. Acceleration, I suppose this is a very powerful vehicle, so it needs a lot of power to kind of get it up to its higher speeds, and it's actually relatively average, I have to say, for its speed. So yeah, overall, decent. Okay, now it's time for our final vehicle. We have the 2020 Falcon Scavenger, which I believe is the 2020 Explorer. Now, it only comes in our regular trim here. It only comes in the WSP one, so no slick top or, no regular, unmarked variant at all. Only the one color, WSP, but I suppose that's to be expected, and it is $60,000, so it's quite expensive, I do have to say. Now, for its emergency lights, just absolutely blew me away when I first saw this. As you can see, we've got two of our white lights on the front, and I think those are a couple more on the side, although they could be reflections, I don't know, because it's just so bright. The light bar is just absolutely blinding. It looks awesome. Nothing on the side, but obviously you don't really need it. Now on the back, we can still see the light bar there, but we've also got our, superior pattern for our amber lights there. Now we don't have any of those really changing colors on the back. Oh no, we do. We do. They kind of go side to side with our white lights. Sorry, I couldn't really see it. But as you can see, it is super, super bright, the lights on this vehicle. It's just crazy. Now, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite vehicles. Its handling is actually really, really nice. It's not super, super amazing, but it's actually, pretty good, I would say. Now, for its brakes, I have to say they are lacking just a little bit. But I have to say, for its acceleration is crazy for what it is. I have to say, I tried to back it up earlier. Let's see that. I tried to back it up earlier, and it just blew me away how quickly it kind of got up to speed. As you can see, it's pretty much just an instant 18 miles per hour there. But yeah, this is increasingly becoming one of my favorites. Alright everyone, that is going to do us for today. Hope you did all enjoy, hope you found it useful and kind of got an idea of how I, think of all the different vehicles. But this begs the question, which one is my favorite? Now, I'm going to have to say, it is the 2020 Explorer. I have to say it. It honestly, performance-wise, is actually pretty decent. Obviously, there are other vehicles that perform better, but looks, it looks really nice. I have to say, it looks fantastic, and we've just got those crazy lights. So yeah, I do have other ones that are probably some of my favorites, but this one takes the cake, at least for today. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you did all enjoy, and I did really work hard on this video, so I hope you found it useful. But yeah, that's it for today, everyone. So thank you all very much once again, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.